Here we are with Unit 2, Activity 5, which is putting it all together. So at this point, when you're done this activity, you are approximately halfway through the course. So we're coming up to our midway point. So at this point, you're going to do a little bit of reflection on your progress so far and relook at some of the activities that you have done. The first thing that you're going to do is look back on learning activity 1.1 and review some of the things that you did here. And again, this is just for your own notes and to see how you have progressed so far. Then you're going to go on to activity 1.2 and activity 1.3. You can test yourself on some of these here, where if you press select, you can match up. In activity 1.4, you're going to review the writing process that we talked about. And then you're going to look back at 1.5, which is the series of paragraphs, and make sure you're understanding that. Then when we look at Unit 2, Activity 1, you can answer some of these questions in your notebook for your own information. So what is inferring? What is summarizing? We talked about that at length. Then if you look at this clip of Pursuit of Happiness, you could answer the following questions in your notebook, just very briefly. In activity 2.2, you learned more about the news and what is considered news. Also, make sure you're looking at the 7 pillars of newsworthiness that we discussed. So again, you can select which one you think fits for each section here. We didn't look at the narratives, but we may come back to that if we have time, depending. In Unit 2, Activity 4, we talked about the information paragraph and conducting research and making sure you're properly citing everything. And you can use this research tracking sheet. So now we come to just a check-in. So I want you to submit the following to me. So which journal writing item are you most proud of and why? Which portfolio item are you most proud of and why? How does keeping a regular journal help you with your learning? What is one thing you still want to work towards improving in this course? And what is your goal for second half of this course? You're going to write this as a journal entry and save it as journal activity 2.5. And then to submit to me, you are going to submit your journal activity template, which I emailed to you, or you can find in Unit 1, Activity 1, and completed up to now. You're going to submit this last journal that you just wrote in a Word or PDF document. As well, you're going to submit your literacy portfolio inventory completed up to here. The other thing that you should really make sure you're checking in on is the independent reading package that you also got in Unit 1, Activity 1. I'm not going to ask you to submit that right now, but make sure you are not forgetting that you should be working on that. Lastly, you're going to be submitting to me your Unit 2 writing tasks. So you're halfway through the course. So I want you to think about things that you've already done. You're going to select 3 tasks for this assessment. So you're going to select a historical event. You're going to write a summary based on your research about that event. And then you're going to also create your own original news report about that event as well. So when you're reviewing, I want you to make sure you're going through this link here. So for your rough notes and examples, fill that in. And then what you're going to submit to me is your rough notes through here, your summary, and your original news report. So your rough notes is going to look like this. And you're going to fill everything in here as you go along. And again, this is just your rough notes, so it doesn't have to be perfect, but I am going to be looking for it to be done. And again, there's lots of information here that you can look at to help you if you have questions. And as always, I am here if you have questions as well. So these are going to be done and submitted as your rough notes, but you're going to submit your good copies to me with this as well. If you have any questions, please make sure you're reaching out to me. Make sure you're looking through the checklist for your news report and clicking off anything that is applying for everything that you're doing. Okay? Email me if you have questions. Remember, you're halfway through. You're just got halfway more to go.